my name is Jessica, or The Dress Mess, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a few of my first impressions of the things that I purchased for my birthday. These are things that I got with birthday money or something that my fiance got me as well. In this video I'm going to be giving you my first impression of this $15 E.L.F. Super Mini Skincare Kit. It has a cleanser, a toner, a mask, and a moisturizer. I have actually used this once already. I wanted to go ahead and give it a test before I tried it on camera. I'll also be trying this E.L.F. Flawless Satin Foundation. It's in 210 Natural. And I will also be trying the E.L.F. Camo Concealer. I don't remember what shade I got, but I know I got the lightest one. I'm pretty sure it's called Fair. And then this was a free gift with E.L.F. It was their under eye setting powder. So I'm going to go ahead and be trying that out. And then I also got a free lipstick that I'll be trying out. And my fiance actually got me the Cremated palette. So I will also be trying this out today in the video. So we have a good mixture of things to be trying out. I also have an eye brush set that I purchased on sale from Natalie in Cosmetics. It came in this really cute holographic bag. Which it is holographic, so it does reflect all of the colors of the rainbow. Simply Illogical would be proud. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with taking my glasses off and using the cleanser to go ahead and cleanse my face. The instructions for this were to get a wet washcloth. So I have a washcloth and a bowl of warm water here. And I'll just wring it out. Make sure to wet the face. And then I'll go ahead and use my cleanser. So just squeeze some in the back, in the palm of your hand, rub it together, and then rub on your face. So that is what I will do. And I'm going to go ahead and keep it in this little box that it came in. Otherwise I'll lose everything. And I don't want to do that. Okay. So one thing I've noticed about this cleanser is it's pretty like light as far as cleansers go. Like sometimes you can really tell whenever something is like cleaning your face and has a lot of harsh chemicals in it. But this seems to be more like refreshing than anything. And then I'm just gonna wipe it off. And then I'll move on to the toner. Okay. Well, I'm going to let my face dry for a second, and then I'll move on to the toner. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and start back with the toner. For me, this is like one of the 3 toners I've ever bought and had. So I don't have a lot of experience with them, but I know that they're to remove all of the dirt further, deeper in your pores that the soap didn't get. So what I like to do is I take 2 cotton rounds and I put some on there. This one, like, you can't really squeeze, so I don't like that. You have to kind of shake it out. And then I go ahead and I just take it and I lightly cleanse the skin. I've recently had a sunburn from going hiking and going on an adventure for my birthday. So that's fun. Yeah, it seems to take a lot off. I don't have any makeup or anything on because I just haven't been in the mood to, but yeah. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side as well. And I like to try to swoop upwards, except on this part, obviously, because it says it helps you from getting wrinkles. Not sure how true that is, but whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let my face dry again, and then I'll be back to put the mask on. Okay, and I'm back. This mask is, I think, I really can't see, but if I remember correctly, it's the super mask. I think all of them are super or something. It looks like this. It's really cute. It comes in a really awesome little packaging. And then you just get some out. The texture of it is kind of strange. It's like, I don't know, it's like lotion and also Vaseline at the same time. I don't know, it's really confusing, but I like it. Like on the skin, it's really smoothing and really soothing once you get that toner off. Because the toner is like a chemical exfoliant, a chemical cleaner. So you want to make sure to wipe it off whenever you're done, so it doesn't stay and react with your makeup and primer and everything else. Okay. I like to put this mask all over. I do like to use the 2-finger method to apply. And then I'll smooth it all out just one last time. Okay. And I'll use my washcloth to wash my hands off. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit for 15 to 20 minutes. And then I'll come back to you guys. But first I wanted to go ahead and talk about what's going on right now. I know a lot of people I know may not really agree and understand with the Black Lives Matter movement, but we need to understand as white people that it is not our job to know about it. It's not our job to know what they're going through. It's not our job. Our job is to listen. Our job is to help them. Our job is to follow. There needs to be change, and there needs to be change now. Whenever Ferguson happened, I was probably 16, I think, and it broke my heart that someone could be killed for the color of their skin. I lived in Missouri. I'm a small town for the most of my life growing up, but I also lived in South Carolina in a mostly black community. And I had friends that were black, and I still keep in contact with them to this day. It really hurts my soul that people, and especially even people that I know, could judge someone or hate someone for simply being them. I am severely immunocompromised, as I've said in videos before, but I didn't care, and I went to a candlelit vigil for all of the innocent Black lives that we have lost due to police brutality. And it's rough. It was rough. It was really hard for me to see that there were a lot of people there, but there weren't as many as I expected. And it wasn't my thing. I didn't organize it. It was amazing. Actually, a high school student did. It was really awesome. A couple of young African American people got on, technically on stage, I guess we'll say, and gave a few speeches, and it was uncomfortable, and that's okay, because being uncomfortable will produce change. Being uncomfortable leads to being educated. I grew up in a household that would say racist jokes and then justify it by saying, oh, but I'm not racist. And I always thought that was okay. Until I got out on my own and I got educated. And that's not okay. Racism is not funny. Racism is not cute. It's not cool to joke about. It's not cool to post challenges on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and whatever else. It's not cool. It's disgusting. It's not... People say it's a learned behavior. It's not a behavior. It's disgusting. And all lives don't matter until Black lives matter. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to put a bunch of petitions and donation links in the description box. I will also try to put some educational things in the description box for people who want to truly educate themselves. And please do, please do. For the love that is all things good, please educate yourselves. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't have a very large platform, but I'm going to use the platforms I do have to speak the truth and to bring light to what is going on truly in the world. But that's all I have to say about that. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and I'll come back and we'll do the moisturizer and get on into the rest of the makeup. Okay, and I am back, and I have this moisturizer. It is called the Super Hydrate from E.L.F. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's kind of like jelly. I have never used any of their jelly products before, or their skincare products. This is honestly my first time trying E.L.F. again for a while, but they are a POC owned brand right now, I believe. Their CEO sent out an email that had a lot of really helpful information for the BLM movement. So I did go ahead and use some of my money to support that, because that's really awesome. And I did finally find a list of POC owned brands, which I will be whenever. Okay. I did go ahead and find a list of POC owned brands that I am going to be looking into, and I have already featured a few of them on my Instagram, and I've been sharing lists on Facebook and Twitter and all the other places, so I will be putting my money towards them more next time. I'm going to go ahead and apply this, and I just apply it to the different points of my face. I don't like to use a whole lot because I have combination skin. It's been leaning more dry right now, but that's just because I'm sunburned. So I don't want to put too much on it. And honestly, even though I'm sunburned, this is really like not burning at all. Sometimes whenever you put skincare on top of sunburns, it's like really hurts, you know. Okay, so I put that back in its thing. I'm gonna smooth everything out once more. Sometimes I can feel dog hair like on me. I know you're there. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put this container back up, and I am also going to dump all this water out, and I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and dumped that water out and put that skincare up. So while this is drying, it feels tacky still, so that's okay, but we'll see if it dries down more. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows and prime my eyes so that we can get started with the Cremated palette. Okay, and I have half of my brows on. Since this is a first impressions video, I did want to go ahead and review these brushes that I also got from Natalie and Cosmetics. This one is for eyebrows. It is an angled brush, has the spoolie at the end. What I like to do first is I like to lay a brow pencil down, which I've already done, and the products I use will be in the description box, but I use the same things that I used in my very first video, how to do my brows. So I like to use a brow gel to set everything with, but I like to get most of the product off, and I like to take my separate angled brush and set it all with that. Did mess up a little bit, which is okay. I usually don't do my brows perfect. Usually I have to go back and redo them. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty impressed. It works a lot better than some of my other brushes, my angled brushes. I will say I do like this spoolie as well. Some of them spread the products too far. This one seems to actually be really good. Yeah, that actually doesn't need touching up at all. Well, except this end, of course, but I'll wipe that off. I'm going to go ahead and do the other brow, and then I'll be right back. Okay, and I am back, and my eyebrows are on. They're not exactly the most even, but that's okay. As I say in every single one of my videos, your eyebrows are sisters, not twins, maybe even cousins. Okay, so to finish my brows off, all I would do now is spray some setting spray, but I'm going to go ahead and wait to do that until the whole look is completed. I don't want to mess anything up. I am, however, going to go ahead and prime my eyes with my E.L.F. Poreless Primer. Oh, Poreless Putty Primer. This is what it looks like when you unscrew it. Ow. When you unscrew it, that's what it looks like inside. I always, like I say, warm it up with the finger. And then I go in and I pat it first. I pat it into the skin first. And then I'll kind of just swoop it and pat it in more. Okay. I'll get the other side. And I always get under the eyes too. Okay, so after that, I am going to go ahead and use my E.L.F. Camo Concealer. I'm going to look really quick. I don't think any of these ones are concealer brushes. But that's okay. I'll just go ahead and use one of them that I already have. No. Okay. This one is a Real Techniques concealer brush. Oh, wow. So the doe foot applicator on here is pretty large. I did go ahead and scoop some of that off. I'm going to go ahead, tap it on. I've heard this is pretty high coverage. So I don't want to put, well, I want to put a lot on, but not so much to where it's cakey. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and blend it in using my brush. And I like to do windshield wiper motions first to go ahead and drag it up to the brow. And then back and forth motions as well. And then once I get to the arch, I kind of pat it because my depth perception is really off. So I don't always know where the arch is. So I just have to be careful. And wow, that's actually really awesome coverage. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's pretty awesome. It definitely covered all my little veiny marks. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing on this side. Keeping everything as tight and as close and away from the brow as possible until I get to the arch, and then we'll pat it in. And then what I like to do is I like to go ahead and take a sponge and I will wet it. I should have kept that water in here, but I'll wet it down with some setting spray. I know I'm getting my Here, what? Let's wash that off real quick. I need more setting spray, apparently. And then I'll go ahead and just tap it in. Oh, that looks really good. Wow, that's actually really awesome. I'm really impressed with that. I'm not a concealer person usually, so just because my eyes have natural creases in them, so it always makes it look really cakey and weird. But I honestly think that that looks really good, so I'm really impressed with that formula. I am going to go ahead and use my cat paw brush from Morphe brushes. And I'm going to go ahead and dip into this little eye setting powder that they sent. I think it's just like a mini version of their other setting powder, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set the eye now. I mean, she's set. Yeah, that works. Like I said, it's really hard for me to judge powders and like concealers and primers and stuff on my eyelids in particular, just because of how they are. But the real test is how they blend with products. So I'm going to go ahead and screw the lid back on that. Put that to the side. And then we're going to go ahead and dip into Cremated. Okay. I always save his boxes because they're really nice quality. Okay, so this is what the front looks like. It's his first palette of just his face. And then you have the Jeffree Star Cosmetics on the side. And then the Cremated. Yeah, it's really cool. And then there's the back with the logo, where it's made, and his socials, all that business. And then the inside, it always comes with this plastic thing, which is really awesome. I like to use it for, sometimes I use it for eyeliner like this. Sometimes I use it for, sometimes I use it for my contour. And sometimes I use it to mix foundations on. So this is what the palette looks like. It's really pretty. It is a full gray tone neutral palette, hence the name Cremated. I absolutely love it. I'm really excited to play with these shades. I don't know how many of these I'll use today, but I'll try to use a lot of them. I also always love that it does come with this peel off. I don't want to peel it off right now because I like to leave them on until I absolutely like need them. I just don't like to waste the pretty peel, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to go... Goodness me, if I can quit throwing things around. Now I'm going to go in with my new Natalie and Cosmetics brushes. And I'm going to take this... I'm going to take this fluffy brush. It's a little bit tapered, if you can see that. It's a little bit fluffy. And I'm going to dip into... Well, I probably need to swatch them first. I'm going to do that. Okay. So I'm just going to swatch them first. So I'm dipping into hers. Oh yes, that is a nice black. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's probably a bad swatch. I'm double jointed. Please excuse me if I smudge it out. That's what it looks like. Which is not bad for just one press. And then like working it out. The next one is called Angel of Death. I am really excited about this one. Yeah, that is fire. I love that shade. I'll definitely be using that today. The next one I'm dipping into is Gravedigger. Yeah. I love this palette. I won't lie to you. Death Certificate. R.I.P. Okay, and then this one is Pallbearer. Okay, so that's the first row swatched. I think I may actually just try to do a look with maybe just the first row. That could be neat. Ooh, but I really love the shade Wednesday too. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. That's like a true gray. Ooh, I'm just excited. Okay, let me throw something on these eyes. I'm gonna dip into Wednesday. Let's be real. We all know I want to play with her. Okay. Dip off. Again, this, I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but this is an eyeshadow palette. Most of his other palettes include pigments, and pressed pigments. So this is going to work differently. Oh my god. Okay, cool. That has pigment, honey. I really barely dipped in, and then I tapped off twice. Okay. Cool. So this is one that you really want to just build up. This is not something that you want to like get a whole bunch on your brush and then just not tap off, because dang girl, she's pigmented. And I'm just going to do the back and forth motion to blend it in. Because for this look, I don't know where I'm taking it. I'll be real with you. I just love black and gray and smoky eyes. My like jam in middle school and high school was to put like black all over my eyes and then put like blue like all around it, which I mean was probably not like the cutest, but I mean, sis, I went off, you know. I will say I do really like how this brush is blending products out. I am really impressed. So that's awesome. I do love whenever products work. That's always a good thing. Together. Oh, tap off. His pigments I do tap off usually, but a lot of times I like to build them up, so I gotta remember. And I do sometimes work on my left eye different than I work on my right eye, so I wanted to go ahead and film this so you guys would see like both and how I do both, because I realized in my other one that I honestly really kind of do them a completely, totally different way sometimes, so we'll just see. Okay, so I got some basic transition shade coloring down. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with a fluffier brush. This one is really I think I'm really going to like this one. And I'm going to go into that RIP shade. Ooh, I also really want to dip into Solemnly Swear. That looks good too. Okay. One thing at a time, Jessica. One thing at a time. And I'm just going to kind of lay that over and just really buff it out. I always love a good buff. Okay. Trying to think whether maybe I should do two different eyes. I don't know. I like this one, but it kind of spreads product kind of strangely. I'm not sure how to describe it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just using it wrong. Sometimes I do that. And I like to really elongate my eyes because they're kind of short. So I will literally drag it as far as I can. And because I like to keep everything light at the brow bone, I'm going to go ahead and take this flat top brush. It is kind of angled, and I'm going to dip into Burial Gown, and I'm just going to blend the top out so that it's not so like washed out. Does that make sense? Wow, that's pretty pigmented for a cream color. Especially since I just like tapped into it. Like, I didn't even like dip in, girl. Dang. Okay, work, honey. I won't lie, that's looking pretty cute. Okay, cool. I'm dipping back into that RIP color. Just, you know, fluffing it out, blending it out just a little bit. And you always want to keep your hand at the very back of the brush whenever you're doing this, because it allows for a smoother blend. Ooh, I am impressed. Oh my god. Oh my god, girl. Okay. Work. I'm going to take one of these cotton rounds whenever I get done, and I'm going to clean up the edges. Okay. I don't know if y'all ever get Hilary Duff songs stuck in your head, but I sure do. And yeah, I have her Dangerous album just running like a racehorse through my head. I used to get in trouble at my biological father's house for, ooh, this right here is really patchy, but I'll just have to blend it out really well. It's probably because I don't know, it could be from that toner. If I use something that's too strong or like something new, sometimes it'll break out, so that could just be like a acne thing. But it's not doing it over here on this side, so I know it's not the eyeshadow or the brush. I don't think either. I don't know. We'll see if it's the brush in a second. But I really like to, on this eye, I really like to be careful because this eye is just so hard for me to see. I don't know. So I really like to just do a lot of circular motions and a lot of back and forth because I do go in windshield wiper motions. That is so crazy. I don't know, maybe it's probably literally just me, but I don't know. This part, is that literally looking to anybody else like it just won't blend out? Like, does it look like tiger stripes? It's probably just me. Again, I'm gonna take that burial gown, tap, really blend all those edges together. Here, I'm really gonna try to just blend it all together at once because I want to get rid of that weird little patchy area. That's just weird. I don't know. I don't like that. Oh my god, but I love the shade. That's burial gown shade. Girl. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to use some of that Solemnly Swear shade. And I think I'm going to put it on this brush. It's very fluffy, very... So I'm going to dip into Solemnly Swear, tap it off, and blend all this out and up. Dip in, tap off, blend out, and up. In this shade, I kind of just want to blend them all together. Well, blend them all. Blend both the gray shades in together. I just want to bring them in together so they look like one shade and not several. But I know I will be doing a lot of looks with the Cremated palette because I do really enjoy gray tone shades. I just don't have very many gray tone palettes. So this is exciting for me. This brush is actually really good. I actually really like how it blends. Everything together as one. I wasn't sure I was going to like it at first because of how fluffy it is. Sometimes whenever I get brushes that are too fluffy, it just goes south really quick. Back into burial ground. Again, keeping that one area nice, tight, and light. Again, same over on the other side. Okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Hearst on this more compacted brush. I'm going to dip in. I am not going to tap off. And I'm just going to... Also, something that I noticed is this really doesn't have as much fallout as I expected it to. It does have some fallout, don't get me wrong. It's not like there's nothing at all, but for grays and blacks, this is like really good. I'm impressed. I'm just focusing that Hearst right on the outer V of my eye, really trying to lift that area up. And it's really not going to matter because I am going, oh, okay, that's fine. Oops. I am going to blend it in with all of the other ones and then blend it in with that, I think it's Angel of Death shade. But I just want to give everything a nice base to stick to whilst work. Okay. I'm going to take that cotton round and I am just going to make sure to cut that and go underneath. Sorry, that's my dog. They're napping. Okay. And now that that is cut out, I'm going to go ahead and take some, I'm actually not going to give them anything to set to. We'll see how the sparkle power is. I'm going to go ahead and take this, ooh, I can't wait to put Diamond Ashes on. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Pallbearer. And I'm just going to place that on the innermost portion of my eye almost. Oh, girl. Okay, work, honey. This is some freaking glitter, okay? I am impressed. This is literally with nothing to stick to. Wow. Okay, so that is Pallbearer. A1. I'm going to go to Mortuary Beautician next. Oh, that's pretty too. Oh, I can't freaking. Okay, cool. That's really pretty. And then I'm going to go finally into this Angel of Death shade. I'm just going to tap that into Beauty Mortician. Mortuary Beautician, sorry. Okay. Wow, that is really pretty. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I really like that. That's freaking gorgeous. I'm really impressed. I'm going to go ahead and finish my other eye. And then we'll go and move on to foundation. All right. And that is my finished look without the highlight. I always like to add a highlight last, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and add it now. I just use a simple little flat brush like this. I'm going to dip into Diamond Ashes because ever since I saw this shade, I've been dying to try it. Oh yes, okay, work, honey. Wow, that is actually like literal crushed diamonds. Okay, cool. Jeffrey really said, I'm that bitch. Work. Okay, cool. Wow. Now, of course, I'm going to go ahead and smoke the outer lash line out whenever I finish my foundation. But for now, all I'm going to do to this look is add eyeliner. Okay, cool. Okay, so for today's eyeliner, I am going to be using, for the bottom, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Cream Gel Eyeliner in the color, I believe it's Exit. I just pull my waterline down. Usually I roll my eyes to the back of my head, but that's going to look really freaky to y'all, so I don't want to do that. Arian's away. I always do the bottom lash line. I always. And that's probably just my inner emo child. But I always do the lash line. And then to start off, I'm going to be using this Essence Eyeliner Pen Superfine Waterproof. It is pretty super fine. Okay, I love whenever a wing goes on super easy. Let's pray for the other side now. Head's itchy. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and use my larger mirror. I'm going to go ahead and pull. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to my face from here. Those eye brushes that I used, I really enjoyed. I probably will be purchasing some more brushes here in the future to do some reviews. I do really love brushes and I like to collect them, so I will be doing that. With clean fingers, I'm going to take my E.L.F. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm going to go ahead and put some on the skin. I really, really love this primer because it fills the skin in. It honestly kind of has a hydrating effect to the skin. So it like produces a barrier in between, which is what a primer is supposed to do. But some of them that are at this awesome price point don't do that. But this one does, and I highly recommend it. It's my favorite one, and I use it every single time I do my makeup. Or even sometimes if I'm just wearing like a skin tinted moisturizer, I'll go ahead and do it then too. Okay, and for today's foundation, I'm going to go ahead and try this E.L.F. Flawless Satin Finish foundation out. I am going to use a brush because that's how I like to apply my foundations. That's my personal preference. So this said that it's medium to full coverage, so I'm going to squirt 3 squirts and then dot it on my face. And I'm not very good at color matching, so if it's a little bit too dark, I apologize, don't read me to filth. I can't go into a store right now because I'm high risk, so this is what we're going with. Oh, I actually really like that. Okay, cool. It's really not too bad of a match, which is surprising. I'm just really bad at foundation matching usually. I actually really, really like the finish of this. Wow, that's really pretty. Okay, cool. Again, I'm going to take my sponge. I always like to do this because it adds a little bit of hydration back to the face without taking too much product off. It honestly has a really nice, pretty finish. I really like that. It does kind of look like it's separating in some places, but that could just be me. It probably is me, I'll be honest. Sometimes I just see things. Okay, so for concealer, I don't want to put a whole heck of a lot on, but at the same time, I want to get enough on to where you can tell that I have concealer on. Okay, so for concealer, again, I'm just gonna blend it out with that Real Techniques brush that is specifically made for concealer. Okay, I kind of went too ham on the nose, but that's okay. We'll just blend her on out. And then for the face, I like to start the under eye. I like to start at the bottom and blend my way to the top. I believe I learned that from Nikki Tutorials. Most of my tips, like I've said before, I learned from Nikki. I've watched her for years. She's a really good makeup artist. Someone who really inspires me in makeup is this girl on Instagram. And she also has a YouTube here. I can link her down in my description box below. Her name is Marley, and her YouTube is Lavender Beauty. She's actually launching her own boutique. She has the most amazing, colorful, most beautiful looks ever. And she loves the color purple, which is one of my favorite colors to use on my eyes. So I'm going to be doing a look inspired by her pretty soon. Okay, that blended out really well. Again, like I said, I'm going to go in with this big flat kabuki brush, blend it out. And then I'll go in with my sponge again. Okay. Okay, after this, I'm going to go ahead and set it with that setting powder that I got from E.L.F. One thing that is rough is about having dogs is all the dog hair. It's everywhere. Okay. Yeah, that's fucking, or, whoop. Yeah, that's really, really beautiful. I will say I do really like the finish that this powder concealer foundation combo gives. It's flawless. That's really just amazing. Wow. Okay, cool. Pores, we don't know her. Okay, and then for the rest of the face, I'm just going to set it with my LA Girl Pro Powder in Translucent. I do really like this powder as well. It's fairly inexpensive. It is really like white in the cap, and it can leave a film on the face if you're not careful. But I just always tap it off. I go from the cap and then I tap it off in the sifter. And then I set everything. Alrighty, and that is the face completely set. I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera to do the rest of my face because I don't have any more brushes to try or any other products. I will come back on whenever I do my highlighter and my lipstick because I do have this, I think it's called Vampy Violet lipstick from E.L.F to try. So I'm going to go ahead and do my contour and I'll be back. Okay, and I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and highlight. And whenever I highlight my face, I like to set my face first with some setting spray. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to take my new highlighting brush and dip it into Diamond Ashes. Or Diamond Ashes. And then I'm just going to go ahead. Okay. Let me try to wet the brush first. For some reason, it's not really picking product up. I may just switch back to my regular brush though, because that's kind of sad. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that works a lot better with the brush wet. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and dip into use my regular highlighting brush from Wet n Wild and just finish it off because yeah, that's a lot prettier. I don't know what it is. I can never get fan brushes to work for me very well. But this is also a smaller one, so let me see if it works like... Oh yeah, that works really well for the brow. So I'll just do that. I'll just use it. I think that's what it's for anyways. I think it's just a brow bone. Yeah, there we go. That pumped up that highlight a lot more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and apply this yeah, I know it's called Vampy Violet or Vampire Violet, something like that. This lipstick, if you've never ordered an E.L.F. lipstick before, if you take out the bottom, there's extra product in it. So that's a really neat thing about E.L.F. Now this is going to be a deeper color, if you can tell. I don't want to roll it up too far because I don't want it to fall off. I'm gonna, sorry, I got setting spray on my mirror, so it's hard to see it through it now. Let me wipe that off real quick. Okay. All right, and the only thing else I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top it with a little bit of the gloss from Jeffree Star in Sequin Glass, just because I really like, just to have a little bit of juiciness, some gloss. All right, and this is my finished first impressions look. To round up all my thoughts and everything is, are the brushes worth it? I purchased them for $10, so for me, they are worth it. I do like them. My only complaint is they could be a little bit more denser. I'm scared that whenever I go to wash them for the first time, product is gonna start falling out. For the E.L.F. Skincare set, I would definitely say it is worth the $15. The moisturizer alone is awesome. It is a really strange texture to feel on your face, but if you can get over that, once you apply it and it dries and everything, it's really nice. It works as a base for your makeup if you don't have any primer at all, because it's really sticky whenever it dries. The mask is worth it to me. It's really calming. It makes my skin feel smoother and just recharged. I really like this E.L.F. foundation. I'll have to wear it for the rest of the day, but so far so good. The free E.L.F. powder that I got, I really liked for setting my under eyes and my eyelids themselves. I thought that was, it did a really great job. As far as the concealer goes, I loved that. It's excellent. I think the formula is really good, and I really like the opacity of it, the pigmentedness. As far as this lipstick, I know that I really like E.L.F. lipsticks. The only complaint I have is they do transfer really bad. So you will want to carry it around with you in your purse. I'm going to go ahead and turn the big light off so that you can see the highlight and how the rest of the face looks, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I went ahead and sprayed my face down. I put some mascara on, and I turned the lights off so that you could get the full look. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I do want to go ahead and ask you to please visit my description box down below for information on how to educate yourself to continue to fight racial injustice in this country, to continue to fight police brutality, and to continue to fight racism in general. It's disgusting. It's not a behavior that's okay. I will leave all the petitions down below. And I really hope that you take a second out of your day to remember all the lives that we have lost due to this. If you are protesting, I ask that you please be safe. Wear a mask. I did. If you are protesting against protesters, I don't have much to say to you other than, why do you hate yourself so much that you projectile your hate onto other people? That's gross. Like and subscribe if you would like to, no pressure. If you would like to see more of these first impression videos, let me know. I just figured I would put a video out to kind of distract from what's going on in the world right now. Not that we need to be distracted, but for someone who's an empath like myself, it can be really overwhelming to just see bad constantly. So I wanted to put this out there for people who need a little break. But after you watch this video, I ask that you please go ahead and check out the links down in my description box. I will leave the makeup that I used, but I'm not going to be linking it because that is not what needs to be looked into right now. Eventually I have a list on all of my socials of Black owned beauty brands. I'm starting a list of other Black owned businesses, some campaigns that you can donate to, different things that just help fight what's going on right now. Be safe, be happy, spread love. Have a good day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.